The survival course on planet Varkith 7 was designed to break warriors. Barren, acidic oceans stretched for miles. Sky-splitting storms with electric winds tore through the nights. The wildlife was not only predatory, it was intelligent, cunning, and territorial. Out of 9,000 applicants across 34 species in the Galactic Alliance, only 112 were selected for this year's elite survival training. The Deathworlders were a last-minute addition. For humans, they won't last a week, scoffed Commander Threxel, the four-eyed instructor from the Zyrax Dominion. Deathworld or not, no one adapts to Varkith this fast. And yet, a week passed, then a month, then a quarter of the year. And the humans, Aisha Khan, Raul Mendoza, Zhang Lei, and Corporal Tara Bishop were not only surviving, they were thriving. The instructors observed with rising disbelief. Varkith's challenge was cumulative. It pushed even the toughest recruits into psychotic breakdowns by week 10. The Traxoon, with their rock-like hide, had barely lasted 50 days. The insectoid Valari, known for jungle warfare, had to be extracted at day 78. But the humans? They were mapping the terrain, building fortified shelters, farming. Commander Threxel slammed his fist on the command console as the surveillance feed zoomed in on a small, fire-lit human base, complete with booby traps, thermal defenses, and a garden of edible moss cultivated from local spores. "This is a survival course, not a colonization experiment," he bellowed. Captain Vila of the Solari Diplomatic Corps chuckled. "Well, perhaps you should have specified that before inviting the apex predators of a death world." Aisha had lost 3 fingernails, suffered a fractured ankle, and survived a brush with a Varkathi sunbear, a 12-foot apex predator with reflective camouflage and acidic saliva. She didn't just evade it. She wounded it with a spear and tracked its blood trail for 2 days before it fled the region entirely. Zhang, a former engineer turned survivalist, reverse-engineered a broken drone they salvaged and used its power cell to rig an electric perimeter that kept the whispering snakes away during mating season. Mendoza had become a hunter. He moved silently, used scent masking from local plants, and once killed a cave-dwelling razor beast using a sharpened bone and a pit trap. But it was Corporal Tara Bishop who unsettled the commanders most. She had organized the humans into squads, timed patrols, psychological debriefings, and food ration cycles. When a pack of mutant avians attacked the camp during Solar Storm night, she calmly directed their defense using burning branches, smoke, and reflective metal scraps. Her leadership was calculated, quiet, and terrifyingly effective. By month 10, out of the original 112 recruits, only 9 remained. 4 of them were human. The others? A Grondak brute with explosive regeneration mutations, 2 Corellian scouts who lived in trees, and a lone Zyrek who had stopped speaking entirely after a week without sunlight. The instructors had long since stopped trying to predict the humans. Instead, they watched and worried. "They've begun rescuing the others," reported a junior analyst. 3 days ago, the humans pulled the Zyrek from a nest of stalker thorns. He was considered a goner. Now he's under their care. Commander Threxel's mandibles twitched in annoyance. "They're teaming up? Why? There are no points for altruism in this test." "Because they're humans," Vila said softly. "They don't see a test. They see a challenge. And they don't just survive. They lead." Week 52 arrived with a thunderstorm that blacked out half the monitoring satellites. The few feeds that remained showed Bishop standing atop a ridge, her coat made of stitched-together beast hide, her eyes scanning the horizon through scavenged optical lenses. Behind her, the 4 remaining recruits followed her orders without hesitation. She led them to the final extraction point, hiking through razor winds, crossing acidic swamps, and even carrying the exhausted Zyrek on her back when he collapsed. They arrived not just intact, but organized. When the retrieval ship landed, the alien commanders stood in a row, cloaks flapping, prepared to welcome the survivors. They expected trauma. They expected broken minds, hollow eyes. Instead, they were met with calm, confident humans and the silent loyalty of the non-human survivors they had saved. "You're all alive," Threxel said slowly. "Yes,"